Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be comparing the GMC Sierra Denali to the Ford F-150 Platinum to see which luxury truck is best. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Provo GMC for giving me some time with the Sierra, and to the Ford Provo for giving me some time with the F-150. Link to both their websites in the description down below. Link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood of the Ford is a twin-turbo 3.5 liter V6 paired to a 10-speed and a hybrid system. Fuel economy with this is 22 around town and then 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 430 horsepower and then 570 pound-feet of torque. Powering the GMC is a 3-liter inline-6 diesel that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 27 on the highway, with power outputs being 305 horsepower and then 495 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this comparison, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the Ford, this is the Platinum with the black appearance package. So it's kind of a new take on what a luxury truck can look like. Everything's all blacked out with this truck, including the grille. You can see you've got the recovery points there at the bottom. You do have the upgraded lights, and then you even have like the little vent pieces there on the hood. So interesting look. Now comparing that to the GMC with the Denali package, lots of chrome. This is like the traditional luxury truck thing to do, but also the features are the same. You've got fog lights, you've got recovery points. So although similar features, different kind of design. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20 in the front and over in the rear with the Ford. Taking a look at the wheels, completely blacked out. And then you guys can see here with the cut there in the fender, get your Platinum badge, power boost, power side steps, by the way. And then the Ford does still utilize leaf springs. So you can see it in the back. Got your FX4 off-road decal. And then taking a few steps back, here is the side profile. Now at the GMC, our turn wheel setup is 275 by 50 by 22 in the front and over in the rear. You can see with the wheels, you've got the chrome there, kind of with like the metallic gray. I think it looks pretty sharp. Got fender flares on this. We have our Duramax badge. Got the Denali badge down below. Power side steps just like the Ford. And then we do have leaf springs in the back also, similar to what you have in the Ford. And then you can see this one has a slightly longer bed. So that's the difference with these two trucks, but there's your side profile. So taking a look at the bed space here in the GMC, you can see Denali there at the end. We've got these LED lights here in the back. Also have a full outlet. But yeah, definitely quite a bit of space. Nice that it has protection from the factory. This has the Multi-Pro, which pops down to be a step. It's a cool tailgate system, but that means that you have to lift the tailgate up yourself. Now at the Ford, we do have a tailgate step. Not as cool as the Multi-Pro, but still gets the job done. Pro power on board. Got LED lights here. And a normal Ford fashion, no bed liner. And then the tailgate itself, though, is automatic for the raise. Now taking a look at the back of the GMC, you can see very boxy with the design. I mean, look at the covers over the exhaust tips and the tailgate. Whereas the Ford, it's still boxy, but it's a little bit more rounded off. I mean, look at the bumper, for example. I like how the Ford has the exhaust tip just poking out the side, whereas the GMC has traditional outlets in the back. And then the Ford's exhaust tip is actually blacked out as part of this black appearance package. Now here's a door panel in the back of the Denali. Really nice trim here. And down below, you've got like the cross stitching. And again, we've got those power side steps. And then inside with the cup holders, you can see the heated seats, all of that. And then look at this with the seats. Nice trim down the center. And plenty of space here in the back here. I'll pop in quickly soon. Basically a lounge in these mid-size pickup trucks. I mean, it is massive in the back. Now taking a look at the Platinum, it's got like a smoother texture for the trim. See the Alcantara down below. And just kind of like a darker finish on that. Again, power side steps just like the GMC. Seats are a little bit different here with the Ford. Very interesting. And then you can see cup holders, heated seats, all of that. And then we'll pop in. Oof, Ford seats are a little bit more plush. But yeah, legroom, massive. Here's the front panel of the GMC. Again, you can see kind of more of that kind of like rugged appearance with the door panel. You've got memory seats, got all of your window controls, blind spot running with the mirrors, speaker for the sound system. See what the payload is, $12.98. And then here's the front seat, the trim, pretty nice looking. Got your adjustments and everything on the side. Drive line, so we have got an advanced four-wheel drive system. Got a bunch of drive modes, tow haul mode, light controls for the heads-up display. And then being a diesel, it is going to take a second start up. Boom! Full digital gauge cluster here. Got these paddle shifters in the back of the steering wheel. You can see you've got stuff like adaptive cruise control, controls for the center. And let's see what the door's like. Solid sound with the closing. 360 camera system with this, really good resolution with the system. And then as for the infotainment system itself, it's pretty quick to respond, easy enough to use. I do like this dash trim. You can kind of see the heads-up display. I don't know if it's going to pop up on camera very well. Yeah, it's not really working with me. It is there. And then I like how the Denali has the kind of like burnt appearance in the wood. Got more storage down below. But yeah, dual zone climate, heated and cooled seats, all of that. Got a bunch of practical controls here. Shifter for the 10-speed. And then we've got this for the trailer brake controls. Cup holders, plenty of storage space here. Camera rear view mirror, traditional sunroof, and then we do have a power sliding rear window. Now taking a look at the door panel in the Ford. Again, you can see that like smooth textured finish continues. You've got all of your window controls. You can see the mirrors power fold in, memory seats, blind spot ring with the mirrors. Payload is $1339. This one has the full recline seats, so platinum logo there. Really nice trim on them. All of your adjustments here on the side. Pedal adjustment, light controls, all of that. Steering wheel is power adjustable. Stepping in's easy. Now Ford's gonna start up right away because it's a hybrid. Ooh. No engine though. Let's see what the door's like. Nice solid sound. With the steering wheel here, similar. We've got like adaptive cruise control, practical controls, big digital gauge cluster. We got a heads-up display. The trim on the dash, pretty nice. I think the GMC has a better dash design. 360 camera. It's nice. The GMC's is a little bit easier to use. We've got our controls here for the radio, dual zone climate controls, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel. Advanced four-wheel drive system, just like the GMC, drive modes, all of that. Trailer brake controls. So options are very similar. Wireless phone charging pads, so they both have that. A little shifter here. I think the glove box situation, I mean, it's neutral with this theme, but it doesn't look as cool as the GMC's with the burnt design. And then platinum here in the center console. Pretty cool. It says the workbench one where you can flip it up that way. Now the Ford does have a power sliding rear window, just like the GMC, which is nice. But it also has a panoramic sunroof. So as equipped, that GMC sticker's for $78,000 and that Ford sticker's for $83,000. Let's see which one drives the best. Well, we'll set off in the Denali first and then drive the Power Boost second because I said so. My channel, I make the rules. I was debating for a little bit to decide which of these trucks I should, with the GMCs, which of these trucks I should review because they have a 6.2 V8 and then have this diesel. I went with the diesel, although it has a slightly lower MSRP than the 6.2 V8, because I think that people kind of still like this powertrain more than the 6.2. It seems like 6.2 sales have slowed down quite a bit and everyone just wants the Duramax powertrain in the GMC trucks. So that, and then also they're both like the good fuel economy powertrains for the trucks. This gets good fuel economy because it's a diesel, whereas the Ford gets good fuel economy because it's a super complicated turbo hybrid V6. There's a lot going on. First off, I'll say seats are normal GM fashion, a little bit hard, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just firmer. But you could also say the seats are somewhat hard, which I think is a pretty accurate representation of them. Man, that Ford is flooring it. They're going like 15 miles over the speed limit. Yeah, good torque. Good torque. Handles pretty well too. You know, I really like how the GM trucks drive. They kind of have like a heavier feel to them. It just stays nice and planted. So I just like that general, I guess, driving experience. not bad. Not bad at all. It's kind of nice overall, the bumps and everything. Which you'd hope, right? Because it's a Denali. That is so quick with the auto stop start. That is so sharp. Love that. So much torque. This does, you know, kind of taper out at higher speeds because, you know, it's only got 305 horsepower. But man, on the low end and everything, it's such a beast. So let's pop into the Ford. Well, setting off in the Platinum that has massage seats, which is always a fun feature. You gotta go up to the Ultimate or the AT4X with the Denalis to get massage, which, yeah, not a big deal. Because an Ultimate's gonna be pretty close in price to this, actually. And first thing, yeah, these seats are more comfortable. One thing that I will say that's interesting is it seems like there was a lot of lag with this powertrain, like everything to start up. Like the diesel has to do its whole preheat setup. It's not super cold today, so it didn't have to take that long. But this, it's like you turn on and then it like has to load everything up and it takes a second. It's just interesting. I will say this interior is nice. I think I kind of prefer the GMC interior a little bit. Like these seats, I definitely prefer these seats. But just the general like design of the GMC interior, and I think it looks a little bit sharper. And I don't know, the touch points, I don't know, I think they are feel a little bit better. So you definitely feel the turbocharged nature of this. It's got a pretty good push right off the bat. It doesn't have that like rolling kind of torquey feel you get out of the Duramax. Like diesels, you just can't beat them when it comes to torque. It just feels so sharp. But it still does really well. This definitely does really well on the low end. I mean, just keep going. It's just, it's super low RPMs. And I guess the other thing about diesels is like, they really never like get too loud because, I mean, unless you straight pipe them obviously, but they never really get too loud because the red lines are so much lower than in a gas car. And so I think that also kind of helps with the driving experience of a diesel, is just the low red line. But this is really good with the torque. Ride quality's nice. This has a lighter feel. I wouldn't say the ride quality's any better, this just feels lighter. Pretty quiet interior. Now this does have a really big front end rake compared to the GMC has a little bit, but not nearly as much. But you don't have like any nosedive, and I think it's because this is just a lighter weight vehicle. It's very quiet. So overall, driving these back to back, comparing them back to back, Platinum versus Denali, it's tough. This isn't like a perfect comparison. I feel like a Denali Ultimate would be even, because we've got some money left over at the GMC. But as things stand, exterior styling, that's a tough one. I like different aspects of both of them, so I'll just kind of leave that one there. Interior, like I said, I like the GMC's general style. I like the seats in here more. And then I like some of the tech in the GMC, like the camera a little bit more. It's a little bit more user-friendly. When it comes to drive, I think they both drive well. This has a lighter weight feel. The GMC has kind of more heavy planted feel. Both just as comfortable. And so it is kind of pros and cons to both of them. But I will say, I think the GMC does, this feels like a nice truck. The GMC feels more luxury, even though the seats aren't as comfortable. Just with how the materials they've used in the layout, this doesn't feel like it's quite as much. But let me know if you would go Platinum or if you'd go Denali.